is a winding road, no telling where it goes.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be discussing something pretty scary if you're a new mama, or even if you're an experienced mom just like myself. I'm going to be discussing 5 tips and tricks and or things that I've learned about having a colicky baby. And if you guys are new here, my name is Allie, and if you have been following me for a while, you will know that my youngest baby, Isla, she's going to be 9 months old this February. But since having her, I actually had to take about a 6-month break from YouTube because I was not actually able to do anything for that matter. She was very, very, very difficult and so hard as a baby, as a newborn. But she had a lot of colic and she was extreme. I will actually use the word extreme because it was very, very hard. Plus, I had 2 other children to take care of as well. So, these are going to be the 5 tips or tricks and my experience with having a colicky baby and things that helped me. And if you guys are new to my channel, I would hope that you'd stick around and subscribe. And if you do enjoy this video, make sure that you're giving it a big thumbs up. And let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, guys. So like I had said in the very beginning, Isla, since day 1, was very colicky. And what I mean by colic, I had little to no time where she didn't cry. She was pretty much crying her entire beginning 6 months of her life. If you follow me on Instagram, I will leave my handle here. But I, found an outlet there to express how I was feeling a little bit. I would post a little bitty videos here and there, and I did have several moms actually reach out to me and tell me that, they've went through this before and they feel my pain and they wanted to cry for me because it was so heartbreaking about how pathetic really I was. I didn't have really anybody to talk to firsthand because nobody around me has ever experienced colic like Isla. Now, some things that I have learned over having a colicky baby, I tried everything over the counter. I tried every single thing possible. I was in and out of the doctor's office 24/7 because my baby cried 24/7 and I didn't know why. I wanted to help her. I wanted to be that mom that could do it all, basically. And it breaks your heart when your baby's crying and you can't do anything for him. There will be several times that I would just have to set her in her crib in a safe place, where I know she's okay. After, of course, trying everything, feeding her, burping her, changing her, giving her gas drops, trying everything in the book, guys. And just at my breaking point, really, I just would set her in the crib and I would leave the room so where I couldn't hear her cry. And I would just cry outside. I had to go outside and just cry myself. And it's so hard to talk about this because it's such an emotional roller coaster, to have something like this go on and know that there's nothing that you can do to help them. So there is that option. Just separate yourself from your baby if you've tried everything under the sun like I had done. The second thing that seemed to help more than others was the Mylicon gas drops. These can be purchased pretty much anywhere. Target, Walmart, I think, is where we got ours. They do run about, I think, $10, $9.99 is the price for the gas drops, but I had these on hand 24/7. I never let myself run out of these because they took the edge off. She would go from, that painful screaming cry, that just gut-wrenching cry, to, just kind of whimpering. So those helped more than anything. And when I say that I have tried everything over the counter, I'm going to list right here just the list of everything that I had tried. The gripe water, the Frida Wendy's. I had tried bicycles. I was in and out of the doctor's office because, I was at a loss. I didn't know what to do. So they tried even switching her to a couple different formulas, the Alimentum, the Nutramigen. Neither one of those seemed to help at all. So I eventually, down the road, led to cutting dairy completely out of my diet. And I've actually been dairy-free for 8 months now, 7 or 8 months now. And honestly, guys, I think it worsened things. The dairy did. I don't think it definitely didn't help, but I don't think it really mattered whether I had dairy or not. It just didn't make it as bad, if I guess you want to say. She still had her spurts, and she still had her, you know, her issues, and just the constant crying, but it wasn't such a bad cry. So I was willing to cut everything out of my diet, dairy-wise, just because of the fact that I didn't want her cries to be so bad. So, if that makes sense at all. Number 4 on my list is baby wearing. So, get some sort of baby wrap, not like the carriers I have mentioned in my previous videos, like my baby haul video and then my recent video that I just posted. I will link everything in the description box below. And if you haven't checked those videos out, make sure you go check those out because they are good. The wrap that we had was the Moby wrap by Petunia Picklebottom. And she lived in this, honestly. Like I have said, I have 2 other kids that I have to take care of. So I can't just hold her 24/7. I can't just sit and cry and sulk with my upset baby 24/7. I had to take care of my other 2. Adria was in school. I had to take her to school, and you know, I had to go about my life. So Isla pretty much lived in the Moby wrap for a while. That wrap really kind of saved my sanity a little bit too. And then of course some sort of binky pacifier, you know, they're gonna say is gonna help a colicky baby more than not, because, you know, they're fixated on the sucking. Both my son and my youngest, Isla, both really liked the MAM binkies, and that's what we have stuck with since 2 years ago. And we still use those at night. Aiden's still stuck on his binky, and I'm trying to break him on that one. That's a different problem, different issue here. And then another topic that I wanted to cover was being in the car, because, you know, obviously there's different parents who are gonna tell you different things just for the fact that all babies are different. My daughter, Isla, hated the car. She hated it, would scream bloody freaking murder. And this was hard because we were in the process of moving, and we were moving 2 hours away. So we were in the car a lot. We were going back and forth a lot, and I would just have to listen to her scream, and that is horrible. It is so horrible to have to ride 2 hours in a car with a screaming baby. I remember one time that I got back home, got to my mother-in-law's house, and I got out of the car and I just had to hand the baby over, and I had to go in the other room and I had to cry because I was so stressed. I had the biggest headache of my life from listening to that. And of course, you know, in the car I would try to like reach back there and, you know, keep the binky in her mouth. I'd try to rock her car seat. I tried everything, guys. I felt like I was at my breaking point, like wit's end. I didn't know what else to do. And so when we got home, I handed her over and I went and cried. And that was my outlet. That was my way of getting through it. So I got some of those Swaddle Me Swaddles, and they are the ones with like the Velcro. They do have a little slit in the back of the swaddle, and I actually didn't even realize it until I was just like, light bulb one day, and I was like, there's a slit in the back of this swaddle. I wonder if it's for the car seat, which, you know, controversial issue because, you know, you're not supposed to put anything in between the car seat and the baby because it risks all that. So I'm not going to get into that. Put the swaddle in the car seat, and then I put the latch through the little hole, the slit in the back of the swaddle. I latched her in, you know, made sure that she was good and tight and the chest clip was in the right spot, all of that, and then I swaddled her up around it. So I just basically put the swaddle around her while she's in the car seat, buckled up and safe. And guys, it worked. It freaking worked. She was quiet for the whole 4 hours we were in the car. Like, it was a miracle. I didn't even want to say anything to my husband because I was so afraid that I was like, she's gonna wake up, like she's gonna start freaking out if I say something. Like, I was just scared, but it worked. I swear by this. And you can do it, you cannot do it, you know, take it as you please, but this is what worked for us, and it saved my sanity. Honestly, it saved it was hard. So a couple other things that I wanted to cover before closing out here are feeding. So bottles, breastfeeding, all of the issues that, you know, really lead up to colic. I resorted to pumping, and I started pumping and trying to give her bottles. And I tried the Dr. Brown's like anti-colic bottles. Those are supposed to be like top of the line, you know, best rated anti-colic bottles. And I tried those. Those did help a little bit. With my body makes so much milk that I've had mastitis 3 times. I had to pump on top of trying to nurse her because I really wanted to have that bond, you know, that breastfeeding relationship with her. But I also had to give her pumped bottles of my milk, and I would sit there and cry while I'm feeding her my milk in a bottle because I wanted desperately to have that relationship with her. As far as like breastfeeding goes with her, I don't know, the doctor fixed her lip tie and her tongue tie. She had just a minor, but they said like, let's go ahead and do it just because maybe that's the reason that she's having so many colicky issues. But so they clipped them, didn't help. And her latch, I've had lactation nurses and consultants look at her latch and watch me breastfeed. Everything was supposed to be perfect. Everything looked great, but yet 9 months down the road, here we are, and every time she latches on this breast, I want to scream. It hurts so bad, and I don't know why. So I'm just kind of over it, guys. I so badly wanted to breastfeed her to a whole year, but I have let go of that. I have had many conversations with my mom about how I feel selfish because I'm quitting early with her, and my mom said, you have gone above and beyond doing what you can for her just because of all the stuff that we've been through with her. If you guys have gone through the similar situation or have had the same kind of issues or problems, please, you know, reach out to me. Let me know in the comments below. Tell me your stories, and if you are that mom that is struggling, reach out to me. I'm not full of advice, but I'm here to help, and I'm here to talk to, and that's honestly something that's it was very, very helpful for me, was just to be able to talk to someone who's been there, and just know that you're not alone, because this is very common. Actually, I had a lot of moms reach out to me and say that their babies were the exact same way and didn't outgrow it until 8 or 9 months. So it is more common than you think. So if you're feeling like this, please don't hesitate to reach out. That's going to wrap up. I hope that these, you know, tips and tricks can help you out at home. If you are that mama that's going through this right now, like I said, just know that you're not alone. Reach out to someone. If not me, reach out to someone. Talk to someone about it. Just cry if you need to, but don't think that you're alone. Don't try to handle it all on your own. You know, ask for help. If anyone reaches out to you and, you know, asks if they can do anything, take the help. Don't be stubborn and don't try to do it all. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you here, and if you did like this video, make sure that you're giving it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!